Here's a long and interesting English story for beginners titled My Wedding Night. The story is simple, emotional, and easy to follow. It's written in the past tense, perfect for reading, listening, or storytelling practice. My Wedding Night. An English story for beginners. I waited for this day my whole life. My wedding night was supposed to be magical, beautiful, and unforgettable. And it truly was, but not in the way I expected. Let me take you back. The sun was setting slowly when I stood near the window of the hotel room. I was wearing a white dress, now a little wrinkled after hours of photos, dancing, and laughing. My feet were tired, but my heart was full. My husband, Daniel, was still downstairs talking with some relatives. We had just finished the reception, and it was time to rest. I looked around the room. Rose petals covered the bed. There were candles, soft music, and a sweet smell in the air. Maybe vanilla or chocolate. Everything was perfect. At least it looked perfect. I sat on the edge of the bed, removed my shoes, and closed my eyes. I remembered our vows. Daniel had looked into my eyes and said, "No matter what happens, I'll always be by your side." Those words stayed in my mind. After a few minutes, I heard the door open. Daniel walked in with a tired smile. His tie was loose and his hair was messy. He looked at me and said, "Finally, we're alone." We both laughed. He sat next to me and took my hand. "Are you okay?" he asked. "I'm more than okay," I replied. "I'm married." He kissed my forehead and said, "Let's make this night special." But before we could continue talking, there was a knock on the door. We looked at each other, confused. "Maybe it's hotel service," I said. Daniel opened the door. To our surprise, it was my younger sister, Emma. She was crying. "What happened?" I asked, standing up quickly. She ran into the room and said, "Mom fell down. She's at the hospital." In that moment, everything changed. Our romantic wedding night turned into a night at the hospital. We changed our clothes, left the hotel, and rushed to the emergency room. My mother was lying in a bed, her leg broken, but she smiled when she saw us. "You two should be enjoying your night," she said. I held her hand and smiled back. "This is where I need to be with you." Daniel stayed by my side the whole night. He brought coffee, held my hand, and didn't complain once. At around 4 a.m., my mom fell asleep. The nurse told us we could rest in the waiting room. Daniel took off his coat and laid it on the bench for me. I rested my head on his shoulder and whispered, "This wasn't what I planned." He smiled and whispered back, "It was better." That night I realized something. A wedding night isn't about flowers or music or a fancy hotel. It's about love, care, and being there for each other. And Daniel proved that he meant every word he said in his vow. Vocabulary help for beginners. Magical, very special and beautiful. Unforgettable, something you will always remember. Reception, the party after a wedding ceremony. Wrinkled, not smooth, having lines or folds. Vows, promises made during a wedding. Emergency room, hospital area for serious problems. Rest, to relax or sleep.